You know, when I come out to do a video, it's almost like the blind man and the deaf man that comes out. Because I must be blind and deaf never to really be able to follow what I've just processed. The processor, the two hemispheres, or these are the processors, and this becomes the what? I don't know computer language. Me, because I want to know about everything, just enough. But in order for me to process to know just enough, it takes all of everyone out there that'll say, what you said in my world does this. And everybody says what they did in their world. Now I start to classify. Now number 6 is all over the place because he's in all the worlds. He's 6 of 6 of 6 of 6, but he's 1 inside 6 because he's the light. But the 6 is actually connected to the 1 light of the 5, because here's the 1 light, here's your 5. That makes your 5, but at the same time it makes your 4 on the dice. 3 is an angle from, you see the way 3, your chakras up and down, right? We got to connect here to here to here. This one will connect the 2 hemispheres. This one will be the light that'll shine off of here, your disco ball. This one might be over here, I'm not sure. How is this all put together? Maybe a triangle in your face. My nose, they say the Jews, they like the big nose because the air is free, so they may as well get a little bit extra. Pigs. Some pigs. You need extra? You're telling me your nose is bigger because you were made to get more than others? That's not fair. Maybe because Pinocchio said, the bigger the nose, the more you lie. Talking about noses and who knows what, my cat had to sneeze yesterday. And you know what my cat did? It went... the same way a human does it. That way, we have the processor. The 9 lives of the cat is right here, stuck in between everything else, and no matter what she does and where she goes, no matter where she goes and what she does, she's still stuck right here. But the question is this the light going in? Is it the cat light? Is it the energy that comes through the passage or that runs up the vines? What is the 9 lives of the cat? Because if the 9 lives of the cat were anywhere, then why don't we take a look? The 9 lives of the cat is on the 3 key. 3 for Earth, 3 for the 3 card, 3 for the 3 dice. 9 lives of the cat fit here. They're in the star system. You see the star? Excuse me, the hat? It's because there's a hat on the cap of this, because this is the way we go in this world. It's like this. Do you understand why? Look at the keyboard, the way it shows on an angle. All these keys are on an angle. They're all diamond shaped. Diamonds, a girl's best friend. Why? Because it's the point where everything comes out. Not only that, because it means other things to other people. And it all will be associated in a greater puzzle of the game we play. Inside the worlds that we are. Inside the Urantia world beehives. Urantia, UNR, Nibiru, Boston Bruins. Bruins, the Boston Bee. The Boston Bombers. Do you want to know what I read in the newspaper today? Besides getting maximum cold, okay, but last year or the year before, when they said that the year 2012-21 was going to happen, in 2011, I think I already started saying what we need, and I don't know why I said it, and I felt embarrassed, but I no longer feel embarrassed now. What we need is a cold to freeze everything up before the separation. If we don't freeze the part of the headrest, okay, which is Quebec, Canada, and all of Canada, then everything will move apart, and the flow will be strong, and we need it to get stuck, like the boat that got stuck. Do you know what can be happening to that boat right now? And thank you, Jen, for giving me those videos. But that boat that's stuck in the Antarctica, the first time I heard that is, oh my God. But right now, what's below the boat? They don't have to go that deep for it. Why do you have to dig deep to get it? When all you need to do, if it is a Rubik's Cube, if it is a processor, if it is an electronics, just hook the thing up to your energy. Calling in the planes, calling in the people. They don't want them to go anywhere on that boat. They want them to sit right where they are. communication above the ground, the communication to whatever's below the ground. How much do you have to dig into the mind of someone? Digging into my own mind, digging into the mind of the ground. Maybe you have to change something in there that cannot be changed because in the old system, you don't have the piece or the part that in which you can put the nuality. So they have to be up here. Now, if it's all made by molecular structures, which means dots of DNA, which are all the elements together, and they're in little dot pools, all you have to do is wake them up and shift them and reprogram dots like water to stick together. So the fish, you ever see the fish? He swims through the water. But that water didn't come there just like that. It was one drop at a time. You know how I know? It was the tea commercial. T20, E5, A1, 20, 15, 2015, the end of this year, cometh 2015. You start at 0, you get to 1. You start at 14, you end 14, you have finished 15. You have marked 15. On this year's birthday, I'm 51. I'm in the hole. When all this began, it was 9 years ago. When all this began, okay, it'll be 9 years in May. On the 5th of May, the 125th day of the year, 5 by 5 by 5 is 125. And it's also 1 1/4 of something. Of what? 1 1/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 1/4 equals the 5 position. There's your quarter. Each universe, there's so much work. I don't want to miss anything. But let me jump into the newspaper right now. I don't want to miss anything. Oh, we were talking about that boat. So if it is a molecular thing, all they need to do is power up an energy above the cube, okay, that'll regenerate every single molecule within. It's almost like, can you say, a virus, a weed, things that do what they need to do to grow into what they're going to become. And they can change themselves. But if they really have to go down into there, maybe the bottom of the whole world is actually just underneath the ocean. So the ship that's there, they're sending messages, and this box is receiving the messages. This box that might be receiving the messages, they don't need to get it at all, maybe. Maybe they need to change nothing. Do you know why? You ever hear of ham radio? They're sending radio signals here, and they're going to the other side of the world. Or maybe the other side of the world is underneath the earth we land on. We can sit on top of a building. Somebody's inside. So our building is on top of the earth with somebody in another building, and the pillars are holding it up. The 12 major pillars, is it the 12 major pillars? Why the 12 major pillars? First of all, okay, 12 o'clock has 2 numbers, 11 o'clock has 2 numbers, 10 o'clock has 2 numbers. So the pillars have to be placed. 1 next to 0 says, I am the pillar on the other side of where I am. If I am there and I am here, I am actually 101. And then all these pillars would be set up, and in pairs. 11, 10, 11, 12 will be pairs. That'll be 6. And then you have 9 numbers. 9 and 6 is 15. 9 and 6 is 15. 1 and 5. 9, your ring finger, and 6, your thumb. Is it this way? You got married to your thumb. Or it can be 9, and then this one would be 6. Hello. Hello. I got an incoming call. I got an incoming call. Yeah, I'm using the thumb. The thumb can be the 6th finger, but the pinky is the 9th finger. Boy, I hear myself loud and clear. Wow. I probably hear myself better than those people online. Oh, there's nobody online? Oh, there's nobody there? How come? Oh, because I'm starting to record the video and they don't get it till I upload. If it does upload. So now they're communicating to the underground. Chaos and Control, Maxwell Smart 86. You know 168 is all the days in the week. One spirit of 6 and 8 man. The spirit of that is 76. I'm going to try and see if I got it here, or did it fall out? I want to show you something. Now, if you don't think this is coincidence or not, let's go in and see the coincidences. I have a ton of stuff. Before I go on, just in case Miss M&M goes short, I'm going to have to reread what you said in this video. I'm sorry, everybody's going to have to know. Let me read the bell. And this is, let me see it. Let me see. Okay. Okay. What do you think about 47 Ronin? 18 and 15 is 33, 43, 47. Ron is 47. Okay. Ron is 47. I, okay, is 56. Now we have communication. 56 communication. Why? Because every time this goes down, you have to connect the Earth, Saturn, and Pluto. Pluto's within man. It makes the check mark like this, from here to here to here. That's like the number 1. Or it's from here to here to here. One side of the M. One side of the M. But if you go up again, anyways. So now you have one side of the M creating the one. This one here will be your circle. Okay? Up the mucus area, this will be your circle. And it will connect this one, and this one. This one, and this one. These three here, and then this one joins the two of them, creating your N. Or if you go from here to here, create your M. Okay? Or you go up and down and up, it creates your N. This is your M, connecting to the center. Why? Because the M letter is 1V1. It says 4, 5, and 6 in Roman numerals. Okay? If you take the N and the Z, okay, you create an X inside the 0, which represents number 5 and 4 in the dice cube, which says the Sunny Fox. Now, if we're going to mention the Sunny Fox, now we got to mention the yellow ball 1 and 9, the red ball 3 and 11. We have to now represent the sun, which is 5 and 14 of the orange ball and pool. Now we have to connect the orange of the 7th gate in horse racing, in which there's no other orange in the 2 horse racing. There's only one kind of orange. In which this 8th gate, in which the 7th gate brings on 2 7th gates, one on each end, an X and an X, because it's an X of that X inside the O. Once you put a cap on it from the number 6 key on the keyboard, okay, once you put a cap on that 7, okay, once you put a cap, you end up with an 8. Let me show you this. Let me show you this. Now, I don't want to make a long video. And like I said, the communication right now, because the ship is there, I've got so much stuff, my friends. Tons and tons and tons. And it's very sad. It's very sad. First of all, Jen, if you do watch this, this is the keyhole from the videos Jen sent me. These are the brushes down below. This is the train set, my friends, and this is a bowling pin, and this is all over the Mayan calendar. This is also part of Jack. This is also the L, which is the horse, that goes 2 over and 1 up, 2 over and 1 up. This is the brush in front of a train. You brush the 11 train tracks and pick up the information right up over here to the processor. Is this what it is? The 2 sides of the brain. Is it the brain center processor, dual processor, comes into what? How does the computers work? Okay? The cat breathes. The cat breathes. Okay? On the way out, the train becomes the snake. On one part of the train, it picks up a message, and the other part, it leaves it off. Ronin time. 47, 47, 23. 11, 11, for me, 7 and 4 is 11, and the totality of 2 and 3. Why? Because somehow certain numbers shouldn't go any further than they are. And that has to do with 1, 2, 1 and 2, because it gets taken over into 3. So when you multiply 1 times 1 and add 1 and 1, you have 3. 1 times 1 is 1, 1 and 1 is 2, you have 3, you have 1 and 2. When you get the 2, 2 times 1, 2 plus 1 is 5. Now you have 3 and 5. Earth, Mars, E for Earth, M for Mercury or Mars, Earth, Mars, 1, 3. You have, you had 5 and 3, 5th planet and 3rd planet. You now have man, Jupiter, okay? Now I'm starting to think that Jupiter could be the heart, okay? Or Jupiter is the electronics in man. Saturn is man's body and the bones that hold up the electronics of the organs of Jupiter, in which The wiring must come from Venus. To bring communication, you need an inceptor, something that incepts, to take in and to give out. I'm speaking to you, I'm taking within my own breath to be able to think and to put out what I say, for you to turn on your computers, to check me, to look where I am, to turn me on, to listen to me, and then to process anything I have done. And it's in your mind for the rest of your life. 4747, what do you think? Ronan can also say row 9. What row are you in? Oh, I'm in row 9. Well, where is row 9? Does anybody know anything about 9? Row 9 might be in the center heart. Why is it in the center heart? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, okay, is over here. So this is where you have to go. If I go halfway, I'm in between the same value of the two sides. I am 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Boom. This is the first one. Now you see this? Whoop. You see this? Maybe you want to turn it into something else. You see the way the 6 and 9 turn into the nose? You ever look inside the cat's nose or in the pig? It's got a little hook. That can be your 6 and 9. This is 5 and this is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is one kind of 5. This is the other kind of 5. This 5 shows 3 corners. This one in the middle, that's the, you see the corners are all worth 3. The middle is worth 2 and the center is worth 1. 1 connected to 6, okay? 1 spindle, okay, connected to 6. 1 and 6, 1 times 6 equals 76. The spirit is 76. 1 spindle in the center connected to here. So that means 6 connected to 1, 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 6 connected to 1. But you only do it 3 times, this side to this side to this side, and then this is the light that goes up. So if we did that, 1 caught 6, we would end up 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 is 13, one way. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 is 13, 2 ways. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 is 13, 3 ways. You've completed the 6 sides, in and out, 13, 13, 13 is a total of 39, 39 cards and 3 suits, 39 times 7 average, okay, which is 39 times 7 average gives you 273 days and a child is born, but first you have to put in the 4 corners. So you always start off at 5. No matter what you do, you start off at 5. Even when you start Go in Monopoly, you have to move all the way up to 10% of the mind. You don't start until the mind starts to work. The 5th position is the taxation, and that has to do with your mind. The next one is reading, because once your mind can work, you're on reading. Now, if you're on reading, the next one to that is Oriental. What is it about the Oriental? Even our mouth is Oriental. The woman is a Venus Oriental because it's down this way. What is it about the round eye? Because the round eye is not your mouth. How many round areas do you really have but your ass? Now I was thinking over here, Ronan. Row 9, in says out, on says off. I'm off, I'm on. Row is 18 is the 3 worlds of the light. 6, 6, and 6. The O is the carrier of the light. The salmon swim upstream because you've now lit up Neptune over here. If I remember correctly, I think Neptune has how many moons? Neptune has, I think, 13 moons. Let me look. I'm looking. Okay, I'm going to stop right here. I think I should do another video. I don't want to make them too long. How long has this been already? Okay, it's 19 minutes. Let me finish with the message over here. Okay, I was also starting to plot last December 1, 12, 13. But before I begin this, I forgot to mention something. You see how all over the place? I hate when I do this. It makes me sick. I made videos on how cold it has to be coming up to the month of February. George Washington's birthday, the freeze, the communication. And what else now I'm on to Mark Messier, the communication, and let me tell you what else is in there. I have to show you this. Okay, I have to show you this. It's all showing up everywhere. First, I showed you this. Number 67 and number 76. 6 and 7 is 13. It creates 4 and 4. And they show Deschani. Day says 2. Pack, okay, is the cap. Okay, the cap of the rock. The cap of the rock is on the 6 key on your typewriter. But that's not the only one. You want to see this picture? Take a look at this picture. Same player. Same player. Number 76 falls over 43. 6 and 4, 10. 7 and 3, 10. The size of the moon, the diameter of the moon, right here. These two players. Who are the players? Valery Nishushkin. It might be Russian. Uh-oh. Something's going on in space with the Russians. From this player. What team did he play for? Dallas. Dallas Stars. Dallas Stars. Size of the moon. Best player? He ain't white. He's brown. He's a darker brown than beige. He's beige. He's dark brown. The helmet is white. 4 times 3 creates 19, the moon. This will create 55. 6 by 7 is 42. 6 and 7 is 13. 55. 1 times 3, we got 13. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 is 3 and 4. 3 and 4. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 is the gateway to the alpha beta. I still have to figure out the Venus world within the alpha in man. Something to do with the alpha in man, and they're connected to every single cell in our body. But there's more than one world. There's the alpha world. There's the beta world. There's the alpha, beta, delta, gamma. It's a multiple thing of worlds in which, at the end of it all, there's people who run these worlds from these worlds. And it has to do with how your body is put together and how our communication source, like saying Intel and Microsoft, oh, we're the same thing. Okay? So what I want to say is this becomes 19, this becomes 55. When did Einstein die? 1955. What was my address? My address was Neil, because I lived in St. Lin. Neil 39. Who is Neil 39 from the Matrix? It says 1. O-N-E. O-N-E equals 34. Barack Obama is the 43rd president. JFK was Barack Obama is the 43rd president. JFK is the 34th. The passage is for the 50 because of the 50 years. Solent. Ray. Life. Venus. 4. 4. Do you know what this creates? The king. Why does it create the king? Because back in my books, when you put a D over a V, it creates the king, the K letter. Now there's more in the hockey. The Canadians are 24, 14, and 4. 20, 10. 4, 4, and 4. Canadians are saying 24 Stanley Cups in the year 2014 of the original 4. The original 4. Why? 4 corners. I don't care if there's 6. I don't care who's in between the dragon. I don't care who's holding my heart. As long as I got my head and my tail, I got life. You know what's funny about the boat getting stuck? Is that I made this design before, and it's an anchor. See, it's the 3 different worlds. You see the way it shows the F inside? If I turn it this way, it'll show you the E because you'll see this line. But because it comes of 2 levels, it's like going under the water, this area. So you only can see what's on top. I stop. How about 2 martinis? So yeah, the Canadians and everything everything, it's just all matching up, but I have to get back to, okay. So we had POTUS, okay, pot, the pot is us. It could be a single day or it could be laid out. 2 POTUS per day. What does it mean, POTUS? Okay, I have to see what you see. I have to understand what you understand. Because if you take the S and put it to the beginning of POTUS, it becomes spot you. Or you spot us, if you want to say. Per day, 12, 12, 13, 12, 3, 3, 3, 1. Okay, so these are all saying 3 and 1, 3 and 1. And this is what I was talking about, sure. Because 1 times 3. And first of all, Herbert Hoover was the 31st president. Who was the 30th? Because 13 presidents later from Herbert Hoover, who stands for 88, which is talking about Neptune's 2 worlds. Why? Because it's 8 and 5 is 13, and 8 and 2 is 10. The 2 letters are MJ for Michael Jordan, and he knew how to throw the hoops, didn't he not? Did you understand what I said? I said 8 and 8 equals to 5 and 2. It also equals to 9. This is the 3 worlds. Let's go into the 3 worlds, okay? 8 and 5 is 13. 8 and 2 is 10. How do you get 7? You put another 8 next to 8, and you get the 7th gate. So 2, 5, and 8, okay, is the center of this. 2, 5, and 8, 4, 5, and 6 crisscross. There's a whole game inside there. There's at least an hour of work to reset the numbers and then give them all categories. So we have 8 and 5, okay, 13, 10, 8 and 8 is 16, gives you the 1 spirit of light. Why 1 spirit of light, 8 and 8? Because this is your Neptune, the 8th planet. 4 corners, and turn it. 4 corners, the monopoly becomes low shoe. And we lose all the corners to the train set. Would it not be the train set? So every time you twist the monopoly, you end up with 12 points creating the sun. Break monopoly up into 2, okay, and you get exactly 8 positions. But if you break up, okay, if you recreate the missing space when you break up, in between the monopoly 4 is nothing because you're going around the board. But if you draw a straight line, okay, when you want to build something, when you want to build from this, all you got to do is draw the straight lines that follow it, and you got tic-tac-toe from a square, because all you did is follow the lines. Then you put your X's in, and you get split here 3, split here 3, split here 3, split here 3. And exactly that turns into your Rubik's Cube. I wanted to look up the Canadians. No, I'm not going to end this video. I'll make everybody suffer and watch me. I got to get this out. I can't lose this. Look, first I want to show you this. You see, now this is crap what I'm going to tell you now, but I have to explain it anyways. When I look at this, I see the crossbones. I see the leaves. I see something in the hair. I see a darker face. I see LA is underneath it and crisscross corner is to the Oilers. Every one of these are going to say something. Look at this. Can you see this over here? What does that look like? It's 2 triangles inside each other. One is the shark. Shark has the triangular teeth, and they replace it by 3. Because what do you do when the triangular teeth, and you replace it by 3? Hold on, I just want to put back my... Oh, Mary Jane, where would I be without you? Is that what it was all about, Mary Magdalene? Was it all about weed? Mary, yes, Jesus? Are you ready to get mangled? I sure am. Mary Magdalene. Mary Joanna. Hey, Mary, do you wanna? I don't know. You're mangled in your legs already. You're crisscrossing your legs. I can't tell if you're a girl or a guy anymore. Which world did we go into? We're in the Venus world. Okay? 9 automatically says I am 3 of 3 of 3. Why? This is 3. The 3rd finger. 2 and 4 are here. This is what reads the deck. This is what reads the diskette inside your mind. This is your beta cassettes, or however which way they work. The letter R makes a beta cassette with inside you. It's a reel from each side, here to here. It's almost like a recorder. It records you and it goes around. They both hear the same thing. So you have 289, 4 times 2 and 3 times 2. 4 times 2 and 3 times 3. 3 goes into 4. You have 2, 3, 4. Now what do we do with this one? 9 and 2 is 11. 8 and 2 is 10, 21. 9 and 8 is 17. H and I. Well, the minute you get this, okay, what it's showing is that the minute you come to the Venus world, the split world, you have to be a 9 birth. If you're the 9 birth in this world, you become into this world. The 0, you see the way the top is the same as this top? They're both the same, but the bottom is different. These two are 2 different worlds. This is like your jack. The jack, hello, yes, the jack is plugged in. I can hear you. I can communicate. My brain, 2 sides of my brain, and the processor. However you want to look at it. The 8 is opposite of the 6, which gives the light. The 6 gives the light to here. I'm assuming inside of here, this should be cut out, the hole. If it's white, it should be all cut out. So it gives it the light. Wait a second. It's a disco. Yeah, in my head. It's a disco in my head. And you want to see really something funny? Oh, yeah, I see it. Oh, is it beautiful? Wow. You know what color it is today? It was green. Uh-oh. Now I see the disco lights. I see the disco lights at the same time. You know all that stuff you see? You know all the stuff? And when I'm talking now, I'm really serious. All that stuff you see in the, all these special lights, all these designs that you have of prisms and triangles and stuff, I see it in my head. When I press on my eyes, I think that there's cameras right over here. Your teardrops are the camera area, so they can see out. Maybe we're not really using these eyes. Maybe our eyes are here. They go in here and into our eyeballs through the vineyards. Marvin's Gardens. Marvin's Gardens is what man sees. Marvin Gardens in Monopoly. I'm going to tell you something. I know most people won't get to the end, but I'm going to tell you something. I talk about George, right? The pants I'm wearing right now say George on the sticker. But you know what's even more crazy? My underwear says Martian. Martian George. Well, it actually says Martin. Mark 10. On your mark, get set, go. Mark 10. Go is 22. Grover Cleveland. On your mark is an X. The 24th president is Grover Cleveland, and the 22nd is Grover Cleveland. On your mark, get set, go. Because your mark, your whole body will make one line. Your mark is a line. Get set, okay, is when you put the feet back, put the hand down. Now you're your triangle, your own triangle, you're getting set to run. You don't put 2 feet down, you put 1. Animals put down 2 feet. They always lift 1 foot up to see what's going on. We showed you the 76 in the hockey. What I want to show you next, okay, same player again, okay, says East, and you can barely read this, but it looks like Colorado. But look at the number of the goalie. Number 32. Look at this shape over here. Looks like a 9, doesn't it? Does not look like this. This does not look like this. The way this marks it out in the paper, I can't even read it. But if you take a look, look inside. Look at just the green. Look only at the green. This is a hand. This is a hand grabbing onto the hockey shirt. Okay? Can you see the post? Post parade. Post position. Not all numbers. You see, if you'll see 5 categories of numbers, then in those categories, they have their own categories. Each one means something else within that category, because red could be in my blood. Red could be something that's hot. Where are we going with this red? But what I want to show you, sorry, Messer, I didn't get with you yet. George Bush could be 43 for sure. The whole sequence starts with 13. 100%. Do you know why the whole sequence starts with 13? Because this one over here, let me see something. Okay. This one over here is 12. This one is 13. This one is 13. This one is 13. This one is 13. They're all 13s. You need 3 of them, 3 13s. Okay? Why? Because the 14th one is in the middle of Rubik's Cube. 27, 27, 27 equals 81 Venus, and the last 27 is I and R for third. Why? 3 times 6 is 18, 3 and 6 is 9. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6 is 18, R, and 9 is I. It's IR. So that's number 13. So it becomes 4, okay, and the one inside, which is 14, becomes 5. 5, 4, 4, 5, the fox, because it's all over. Number 7, okay, number 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why? Why? Because look, see the way we moved it? We moved 3 between 4 corners. 3 and 4 is 7. We don't have it, but this is the dice. This is the eye on the dice. The 5 dice. It also sets up 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Your light shoots out of here. Your light can shoot out of here, here. Your light comes from down here. Down here, your light. This light is another one. To the disco ball, you breathe. When you breathe, it rains all over your brain, and it cools down your brain. That's how they did it in that world. Well, for me. And I can tell you 10 different things, and each one can be different. But at least we have at least 10 angles to look at, and that's what we want. We want the angles. Then we can eliminate. We can adjust. We can always add on, but that's another angle. So now we got Rubik's Cube. 13 and 14, M and N. MN and really O, P, Q, R, S, T. How do you want to look at the spindle? Will we count the spindle as M, 13, 13, 13, 1 and 3, 1 and 3, 1 and 3, then the other one would be 3 and 1. 1 and 3, 3 and 1. 13, 31. 11 times 11 times 11 times 11 is 1331. 13 and 31 is 44. We all know where that's at. That resembles the P and H in the alphabet, creating the X. They created it to create the pharmaceuticals in order to put the 4s together. The 4s are very important. The forest and the 4 east is very important. In French, every time they say 4, they say, hey, there's a cat. Okay, there's a cat. But there's no you, where the sun don't shine. Absolutely right. That would be 5. Because in French, they say sank. And when something sank, well, I guess it went down to the bottom. What did it come up with? Well, it was the hay in your acid, the J and the K that pulsated your 21, one of your cubes in your butt, sent up through your bones and into your joints, down to the bottom of your feet. That's why they called your feet your soul, because it comes from the waste, of the waste management system you have in the hips, of where Elvis and the screw was. He was pressing in your cheese bag, the Elvis Presley of the hips, the movement. Sending out messages to man over time through all movement, through all movements, through all ways of communication, including songs, shows, games, sports, whatever you do, whatever you see, whatever you think, is all because. So I want to read you this in the comics today. Now take a good look. I want to show you something. See the bow tie? Over here, the bow tie, the way the 2 sides of the head are cut off. Okay? This guy, see the way the hair is going out to the side, like it turns? It's orange and red. Okay? And this. Everything to do in the comics today had to do with computers. One of them said, you know what's great? I can open up the garage door, but my processor won't give me butter for my popcorn. This one over here, he's talking about, this is the teacher. The teacher is the turtle, okay? Is that because, and look at the red bow tie. Why red bow tie? Because it connects 3 and 9 with 1 and 7, and it's all red. But if you don't want to do it that way, the Budweiser bow tie says Earth to Saturn, 3 and 6, 3 and 6. And we've got Uranus to Mars, 7 and 4, the dog pound. So in this one over here, okay, it's in French, and it says NASA, okay, has just found out that no one is watching us. Okay? It says their site reports activity that is hidden on the moon. He says, let's go see let's go see if there's any pictures of the moon. And then they show this picture. It says, sorry, 404 out of order. 404 out of order, 40 right away says blue. 40 is the Monopoly game and the blue. The blue is the boardwalk and the Park Place. Boardwalk, beta creation number 2 and 3 creates 11. Park Place, the one spirit of the sixth light. 3 and 3, or the one spirit of the sixth light, is because there's one light dividing into 3 lights. Okay? One light dividing into 3 lights. The sixth dice, one light in the center, going up, here, flashing out here, and into here. Or the one light breaks up and it goes out this way and out this way. At the same time, it goes right to here. And then this is your crystal ball and your mirrors, and has to do with something else with the thinking. I don't know. Now, is this coming from my ass, or does my ass stick to my feet for the vibrations within the bones, and above the heart to my head for another Rubik's Cube? Why? The question is why? Because one is the air you breathe. Your eye color determines, all your eye colors will determine probably something to do with where you come from. Oh my God, how come I don't know this? Anyway, something to do with the eye color. Let's not even look at it any deeper than that. But it says, it says 40-40. It says, and the moon is sending a signal, and the moon looks like a golf ball, saying there's nothing here. Why does the moon stay afloat the way it does? Well, if it looks like a golf ball, it has to have divots. Therefore, air blown to the moon keeps the moon afloat constantly. Then in another one, and I've been talking about horses, he says, what are you doing? And look at this one, Mars. Mars Garden. Why is Mars Garden? Has to do with horses. Because this guy, okay, has cheveux, his hair, and his horse, to do with his hair. His hair is something about the horse, and he's renting his horse out, which is his dog. And that's how I talk about. And this one says, are you sick? Is your back hurt? It says, yeah, I just gave her a horsey ride. A horsey ride and a horsey ride. Everything to do with computers and communication, Hoover Dam. 3113, 3113, 88. 88 comes from, like I showed you before, 8-5. 8 and 5. Why not Venus? Because Venus is the division of your legs, which sends down, which in the first point, she's your sex organ, and then goes to the sole of your feet for the vibrations from your toes all the way up. Tic-tac-toe, point your toe. What is actually Venus? Is she the spread of what? Is she the division? Is she only me the division? Or is she the hookup connectors of some sort? Or is she the empty and open space? She's the void in between the two sides. What's created in between two sides? An empty space for something to be. 43, 31 and 13 is 44. 31 and 13 is 44, and 13 is 57. 31 and 13 is 44, and 31 is 75. Says 5775. The Hebrew New Year this year is 5775. It also stands between 5, 6, and 7, which is 18. I also showed before those numbers 76 and 67 together. 1955 was the number. And 1955, do you remember what I showed you? 1955, which 7 and 6 and number 34, okay, both create the same thing. 7 and 6 creates your 1 and 3, and 7 and 6 creates the 1 times 3, which means the 1 times 3 area. This is the 1 times 3. The 1 and 3 is the two sides, 2 and 2, creating a 4 within the 3. It creates the 76, the sides of the moon, and it's in the roulette. 3 times 4, 3 plus 4 equals to your 19. 5 times 5, 5 plus 5 equals to your 25, and 10 equals to your 35. Your 35 equals to 23, and then it creates 11 from within. Now these are all numbers just to say I know what I'm talking about, but you want to know what it means. It just means spirit, angel, and man in all worlds that connect to 11. They use the passage and division of the beta world to reach the left and the right. In between the beta worlds is a light. It shines all the way in. One of them you breathe and you bring in the energy of the spirit matrix, which is broken down, and it's in the bastard molecules. Why I say bastard molecules is because they are nothing. They fuck with everybody, and then they come up with information, because the information sent within the air we breathe, which is also taken apart and used and being able to calculate with the soul we are. I'm believing that Jupiter is the electronic communication, and I believe Saturn is the soul, is the equipment that is built for the communication center of Jupiter to be within us. 1 and 3 can be your head and shoulders, okay, but your 2 legs can be the V for 2. 1 and 3, and your legs are 2. 1 and 3 are the arms, and your legs are number 2. One of the reasons I'm stating this is because 2 supports the at sign, which supports the body. 2 supports the 2 legs, and when Jesus was put on the cross, they opened up his arms, but they tied his feet together, like in a knot. So we know that one of the areas is between the knees, the nav between the knees, the joints. I can ask you to smoke a joint or roll one up or to double up. The whole sequence starts with 13, but the real deal starts at 14. Well, 14, my friend, is 14. 14 goes to 6 areas in here, which equals 84. 84 represents Pluto, which is number 9. 84 represents the 44th president. 8 times 4, 8 plus 4 equals 44, and we're in the 48th Super Bowl. 48 on the dice in Monopoly, I cannot tell you, I don't know. But 48 in Monopoly connects you corner to corner, going out in the double. This is Monopoly. You have 1 square here. You're coming from here all the way down into go, and here's 1 square, 2 squares, 3 squares, and now you go out. But if you do it again, you come all the way down, but you come to this corner, there's only 1 square in, and then you're out. Here's 3 squares, here's 1 square when you're running. The size of this is 40, 48. This is the time we are in. I am seeing so much stuff connect. Ask me what I do not finish. I will look into it, and I will come up, I will determine, okay, a relationship in what you ask and how I can express for what I see. Then you will obtain within your own self what you understand and what it could mean to you. We can talk about it together, or you can say it's all BS, it's all bullshit. We're working in a game of connect, okay? It's not bullshit. You connect. I want to show you something. You see this? You see this? There's a dog or a lion. There's a man over here. There's writing in space. Okay, do you see this? I don't know who it came from, but Jen and New sent it to me. There's your keyhole. You want to see your keyhole? I'm going to show you your keyhole. First of all, this would be the front of the train. This would be the eye of the train. And this would be the front of the train. And this would be the steam. This would be your neck. This would be your belly button. This will be your legs. This side of the track and this side of the track. This can also be the sides of your teeth and your smell. Your smell. Over here is your train and your track, but guess what? Here's the club. This is the center of your mind. It's not the same. Here's the U. Here's the U. There's no U in the center. The 5 is in the center, and when you write the word in French, they do not use a U with the Q because it's center to your 2 ears. You see the magnets between your ears, all the magnets? It goes like this. It says WWW. This is your 11. Anytime you mark this or see this anywhere, 9/11, 9/11. You see this on buildings, 9/11, 9/11, all over the place. I'm going to get something to drink. And I didn't even tell you half of everything I've seen so far. I don't like to complain, but you want to know what some of my thinking is inside of me? There's only two ways for me to do this. What I'm trying to do. A, people come over here and they have to be my backup computers. Whoever comes here has to be my backup computer. Not a dog, okay? I have to talk and everybody has to take notes. Then I have to talk to myself. While I'm talking to myself, one of the people, they become my brains talking out loud. And I'll say to myself, I wonder if something has something to say, and one of the people with me will say something. And then I'll go, oh, and the minute my voice sounds, the person stops talking, he jots down what he thinks, so I can go on with the thought. That way I won't lose a thought. And then we can continue on to look. Pulp, but vegetable pulp, it's puree. Food? I haven't seen food in a couple of weeks. Very little, at least. A little bit of bread. So we have all this. Look what they're showing in here. There's something. This is your 1955 again. 7 times 6. You remember what I did? 7 times 6. 7 plus 6 is 55. It results in this. Then I took this, I multiplied it. 5 by 5 is 25. 25, okay, is part of Saturn. The Saturn low shoe, right away on the top, it's 52. Everybody sees 49, but that's the eternal green. It's just an expression. You have to add on the position it's within in low shoe. Position 1, 2, and 3. And you can also position it 7, 8, 9, 5, 6. No, you position it 7, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, 9, 8, 7. Here's another way to number it, like this. We don't want 1, 2, 3, because 3 is in 9 and 2 is in 8. 2 is in 6. 2 is in 4. 6 is in 7. 1 is in 7. 1 is in 7. 9 is in 7. 9 and 7 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 5 is in 5. Stays the same, stays in the center. 55-yard line, 55. Well, if you're in the 55-yard line, you need the 50 pass. You need the pass key, the 50 pass. How do we get 50? 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 5. 5, 1, and 2. 512 megabyte. 5, 1, and 2. Area 51, Venus world. The ace is in the 5 hole. So we need MB. Oh my God. MB, okay, says 1, 3, 2. 1, 3, 2 says I come in to the Venus world, okay, by number to the left of me is 30 and 34 when you're at the roulette table. But for me, this is a backdoor entrance, okay, that brings me in number 29 as the birth inside my mother's stomach. I am the 26 with inside the dog pound, or is it the dog I am? And I am the creation of spirit, angel, and man at number 23. So the only numbers is 26, 29, and 32. 26 and 29 come together. You come in through number 32. Since you are 29 of the birth through your mother, you have to add who you become when you come out into the dog pound 26. 2 and 6 is 8. 2 and 9 is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. You have 8 and 2. That's time heaven. 29 and 26 is the 55 of the numbers I just showed you of 1955, in which 5 times 2 and 5 plus 2, 5 times, well, actually further on in the equation, we'll say Lovejoy. Why? Because in the word in French, joy is joie, J-O-I. When you mark J-O-I, okay, it says 10. Because in Roman numerals, the I looks like a 1, and sometimes people make the 1 that way with a 0. It's saying 10. I am green. 0 is green. That's why Lo Shu starts off with 49. Because it's green. 0 is green. Green roulette. To the 00 and the W. And in French they go 2 lives. Anybody at the telephone post right now? Because when you put these on a train or anywhere else, when you look for it on a telephone post, that's what the man climbs up. Telephone post. 7s, 2s, and 5s. I'm gonna see the 2, see the 5? Telephone post. You know why? You see this over here? This is where the post is, right here, like the barber's pole. You put your cord on this side, and you hold on, and you bring it up a little bit, and you climb the telephone post. So that means the 7th gate has to be the telephone post. So now, is it the esophagus tube for the air that runs up your sternum? Don't forget, the ribs are baby back ribs. They come from the beta world, number 22, the V for life, the Venus world. Venus, now that I'm thinking about it, could be your bones. Venus can be the holder of the bones, the owner of the backbone, the snake. They call that Medusa. Venus is more than 1. Venus is 2 as 1. Venus is 4 as 1. Venus is 6 as 1. And Venus is 8 as 1. Why? Because she's one of Venus, of the one bone. Venus has got a boner. So Venus might be the 2, which is the area, the emptiness within the sexual organs, the holes of the passages, or alpha is the light, but the hole, the empty space of what goes in is alpha. Alpha travels in Venus. Alpha is the fluid that passes. Venus is the skin, or actually the skin would be something. Venus would be the skin, okay? And then whatever passes is the Spirit of God. So there's got to be a different kind of aspect to the whole thing. Anyways, like I said, if you go back in my videos to last year or the year before, I don't know if it's marked, but I said it all has to happen in the cold. So they're all talking about February, and I'm not saying anything. All I'm saying is I see a lot of coincidences. A lot of coincidences. We did this. Let's finish it. 24, 15, 24. This is what we get. We get no further than Grover Cleveland. We get 19, which is your moon. We get 24. We get 15. We get 24, 19. We get 20, 11, 20, 8, 13, 21. We need 21 here. 8 and 5. 8 by 5 is 40. 40 plus 13 is 53. Earth, Venus. Earth, Venus. The life. Okay. Is that what it is? I still have not settled off what it is. Earth, life. And 53 is Earth, Jupiter. Earth life and Jupiter life. Wow. Earth life and Jupiter life. Jupiter communications. Urantia world. The Addams family. Lurch. You rang. Communication. Jupiter. Bell. Under the ground. You rang. You called in from Jupiter. Yes, the boys are going out to play. Well, who can they be? They must be basketball players. They're giants. They come from Jupiter and Saturn. Space Jam. Pearl Jam. So now this is what we get. 20. We have 9. In this row here, because of the angle, we end up with this angle over here is 19. Then over here we have 24. And over here we have 15.
then we have 24, then we have 19, then we have 20, 21, 22. This is all the way around, but the bottom row or the top row should not be counted because it's 3 out of 4, because you need an entrance. You need an entrance. You go up the center here, and you come out the sides, and your hair grows. So we'd have 19, 20, 21, 22, 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Over here, you would have 6, 7, 8, 9, 6. You still use what's in the middle. Everything always must be counted to understand the complete outlay. It'll show you the whole board, and then you'll say, okay, let's do this. 24, 15 is 39, because in roulette, all you get to do is bet these two areas. You want to bet this area here, you have to put another chip. So this one becomes 39, 13, 13, 13. This one becomes 39, 13, 13, 13. This one becomes 39, 13, 13, 13. This one becomes 39, 13, 13. The top and the bottom row are paired together. 24, 24 is 48. This is the time of space we are in right now. 48, 58, 63. Creation of 6, 6, and 6. Creation of 6, 6, and 6. 63, 63. I'm not adding up this way yet. I want to show you that once this is added and this is added, what's at the top here is 19. But the average of the group, 19, 20, 21, 19, 38, 38, look at this over here, 22, excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm doing it wrong. 20, 40, 60, the total here is 63. The total here is 63. So now you have here, where is it? Now you have this, 1963, 1963, 1963. So what do we put here? The age of the person born in 1963 would now be turning 51. Ace area, 5 hole, area 5, 1 dot. The 1 dot goes here in area 5, okay? That means you have a body of a sun. 5 and 4, 5 and 6. The body of the sun. Why? Because if the 5 and 1 go here, and the 1 is connected to the 6th light, but the 1 is not connected to the 6th light, the 1 has to be connected to the... The 1, okay, is connected to the 6th light. So you light up 6. But this one does not live. Not exactly this way. It is the 1 light, but to do the whole thing properly, the 1 is the 6th light. It would be this. See the way it shows 6? Now if I put it on the bottom, see the way it shows it 6? Doesn't have to show anything down here. You know why? Because the 1 dot's over here. The 3 dot card goes like this, right over here. And it lights up the 2 sides. You see the way it splits both sides? And it lights up both sides. Almost like the bow tie, the way the bow tie or the tie works. I don't know why my teeth are dirty. So what did we do? So we showed why the 1 light here is not the 1 light. It becomes the 6. This comes in the center of it. Okay, the 3 goes in the center of this one, and now you have 9. But there's 5 of these altogether. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here in the system. Okay. How does 5 get 6? This is what it is. You have 5 dice that get 6. So you have 3 that's lighting up 3 and 3. Now there's more than these in the chakras. I don't know how the whole thing works. I'm just showing you how this part works. Another thing I wanted to say is when you play baseball on the diamond, right? It's that way. The field is that way. That's foul balls. In play, but a foul ball. Okay? So when you're starting to count different directions, okay, 2 sides of the field. But here's your square plates. Your home plate, you ever see the home plate? You want to know the number of the home plate? The number of the home plate is connecting to 8, which is Neptune, which connects over to 10, 11, 13, 15, and 17. Let me do that again. 8 and 11 and 10 and 13 and 15 and 17. 17, the plate connects to 17. Okay? The 7 has to connect to 3 and 1. First base and third base. So now you have 19, 29, 39, 40, 41, 42, 52, 57, 67, 73 was the total. And that's a connection to Nibiru. It also equals to 17 plus 11 is 28, which is the dog pounds. Why do they go together? Because they're both in the center area. 1 and 1 is 2, 7 and 1 is 8. It's time heaven. They both have the same thing. They're both in the center of life. After the dual processors came together. Yes, we were in here. Now, what am I going to put in the center? I really never looked at it that way. Since I added up all the outsides, what I'm going to put in the center is all the crisscrosses that it can possibly do. 7, 14, 23, 32, plus 5 is 37. 32, sorry, 32, plus 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. I put 32, and then I put 20, because the crisscross of number 5 will get you 19. 757 is 19. You see, there's already a mistake. I have to connect that. This one is 23. 9, 5 is 14, 23. This is 23. So I have to correct this before I finish. This is 23. This is 23. Uh, 23. This is 23. Okay. Now I have to do something a little bit different. Okay. Since this is number 32 and 20, which is 52 Earth and a couple of other things. Okay. This is not 19. It's 23. So what is it saying? Here's your 32, here's your 23, you're 55. Here's your 32, here's your 23, you're 55. It still works out. 19, okay, is the moon of the spirit angel creation. 2 times 3 of Saturn. 2 plus 3 of Jupiter. Saturn and Jupiter connect. That's what this said, spirit angel and man. It doesn't change anything. This one is 19, this one is 23 is 42, and 42 is 84. It's all 84, and it all stands for space. This is the back door connection. This 32 will now create 34 and 43, which is hot and cold, which connects to the moon. Why does it connect to the moon? Okay. 32. 3 times 2, 3 plus 2 is 11. Plus 32 is 43. 43 is Barack Obama. 43, he touches... You have to touch the shoulder of the last one. They do this in Jewish. They touch the shoulder, they read, they sit down, they come back, they touch the shoulder again of the next as they keep changing. The other thing is Russian vodka, Red Army, China yellow, China red. Anyways, whatever it is, there's still tons of stuff I didn't do. Like I said, touch my shoulder, I'll touch your shoulder, let's figure this whole thing out. Somebody has something to say. I don't like to complain that I'm all alone, but I only say it because I know there's more information inside of me. I know this are the railroad cards riding on the energy. Railroad cards on energy. At the same time, it looks like the 8. At the same time, you see this? You see this in some foods. This are the 2 Rubik's Cubes, the processor, 1 on each side before it comes into the center one. 2 create the 3rd. Here's your U. Whichever way you want to look at it. They call this a kaf in Hebrew. This is almost like what I just showed you on, where's the other piece? Where's the other part? Yes, on the E. See the E? It's almost like this, but it's not. The time you lock up, you put a circle, circles and squares go over each other. Why? Let's go play Hollywood Squares. See how the circles and squares go over each other? Because when you put a square, when you're doing square paper, you put a square, okay? Then you put an arm on the square for the extension. Then you put the circle over it, saying all these 3 are connected. Because everything comes in pieces and parts, okay? Everything comes, it's, look, all in pieces. Popsicle sticks, plugged in. I'm not sure what I said, what I didn't do, but I'm going to come back and do another one and another one. You want to know where 007 is? It's right here. 6 and 8. 6 and 9 and 8 become 007. Here's your 8. How does this 7 bring your 8? Well, if you lie the 7 down and put a line this way, well, you'd have to create a star. I'm not getting into it. Ronnie, be quiet. Ronnie, be quiet. There is a lot coming on, and if last year's video was anything to do with reality, with what's in my mind now, it was about getting colds before they get down to do something. And there was a couple of guys that were predicting February, and I think they were pretty much right. It's got to happen in the winter. But by the time everything thaws out, guess what? September is going to be to remember forever. Anybody see the baseball? The light goes in here. Oh, I see you. And I see you perfectly. These are my new glasses. They bridged it together. They confuse us. Comes in sets of 5s. Any reason why? Mayan. This says the key. Bic. What does it mean? Don't know. Anyways, I saw the name Ricky and Morty together, and all I said was rigor mortis. Ricky and Morty, rigor mortis. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Just watch me like TV, man. Otherwise, if you try to learn too much, this is more or less the weirdest show in the world, let's say. I'm not trying to burn out your time. I'm really not. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. You see over here? No, it's over here. See my door in the back right here? The colors? What does it look like? Have you ever seen in the movies the electricity goes up and up and up and up, and then it makes a lightning at the top? That electricity and lightning is at the finish line, because at the same time it's a barber's pole. At the same time it comes out purple, yellow, blue, maybe because each time the energy burns, it's burning up part of you. What else is there? Don't know. Okay, let's end it at this. Oh yes, the finish line. The finish line, horses, tons of horses, noses. Anyways, we're going to get back to something else. Seventh gate. Or are they letting us into the 7th world? The thinking world. The last thought of action is at the end of our nose. This is the 7th gates. Into what? The 7th gates into what? I'm going to think about it. Into the E world, the electronic world, the 7th gate into the electronic world. But no, we are the 3. We are the last thinker. We're right, left, and center. The seventh gate leads to the three world. Seventh gate to the three world. The seventh gates to the three world. Everything else has to have higher than 3. Mars and Earth, 3 and 4. We are the 4 corners of the halo of who we are, being of who we are, of the choice of the left and right, we become 6. But we are creation of the spoken light, and the spoken light would actually be 1, 3, and 5. We speak for the ace, but we speak for the face of the ace. The face of the ace would be the jack. Why? Because the jack is the 11th card. The jack is the 1 and 1 world, which is the 2 sides of your hemispheres. But I am the picture in between the 2. I am the face of jack. I am the joker. I am a put together of alignment of energies coming into a soul world where I build a life and the thoughts within what I think, within who I am, and the processor of the 2 sides of my mind. Within the grays, the gray cup to hold me down, to hold me up. But in between, held down by Neptune, the super bull holds the gray cup. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. I just put this shirt on again. Thank you for watching.